It's obvious that we are living in some unprecedented times. I feel like I use that word a lot, but I believe it's true when we're looking at 2020. The last few weeks, we've seen the political conventions, the Democratic and Republican. And I think it's important for us to be able to realize that there are differing opinions in our nation. Obviously, if we go back to the election of 2016, it was very close. There's a good chance that this election coming up is going to be very close. What does that mean? It means that there are people around you, or people around me, that have different beliefs. And it's okay to have differing opinions on various issues. I think it's important for you to know what you believe, understand the principles, go through all of the platforms from the Republican platforms as well as the Democratic, and then make a wise decision of what's best for you and for your family. These are important times, but at the end of the day, we also have to have a heart of love and compassion. And as the election comes up here in just a couple months, no matter what the results, we have to be able to submit to them. Whether it is President Trump winning or whether it is Biden winning, doesn't matter. We are a people. We are the United States of America. Our nation is going through so many difficulties, and we are seeing young people, we are seeing older people, sometimes frustrated, sometimes confused in a lot of things. So many kids are at home. They're not going to school. We're inundated with so much information and media, and I think I succumb to this stuff as well. Sometimes I am over inundated with so much information. It could be overwhelming. It could be draining. The other day, I told somebody, man, I went to bed kind of angry, as I was watching some of the things that were taking place. But you know what? My frustration, my anger doesn't change anything, and that's why we all have to check our hearts. We have to respect one another. And as I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself. Each day I'm learning. Each day I'm growing. And I want to be part of the solution to things. I want to be able to communicate. I'm not going to compromise what I believe. I'm not going to back down on things that I believe that I can stand for and things that I won't stand for. But I want to be able to have a conversation of why I can't back a certain thing, or why I back a certain platform. Very important. And we have to be able to respect one another. And so, as we are entering into these days, can we have the love of Christ? And for those that aren't believers, it doesn't matter. You have a different philosophy or whatever. At the same time, it's okay to have differing opinions, man. It really, really does. Not all my friends are Christians, believers. I communicate with my friends all the time. People have differing opinions on multiple things. Right now, I know it seems like things are so contrastically different in so many ways. But man, there are many more things that we do have in common than we have apart. I was watching if you know me growing up as a kid, my favorite baseball player of all time was Darryl Strawberry. Now, I was a Dodger fan growing up, like in the 80s, like Pedro Guerrero and Steve Sax and all of them. But there was players that always stood out to me, and Darryl Strawberry is one of them. I loved his swing. And the Mets of 1986, I did root for them to win. I had every Darryl Strawberry baseball card when I was a young kid. And following his life and seeing the talent that he had. And then as he succumbed to the pressures of drug addiction, all the Mets actually at that time, a lot of people battled with drugs. Obviously, Dwight Gooden, a prodigy pitcher, one of the best pitchers of all time. His story is phenomenal. He too is a Christian. He is a preacher now. I'm watching him on Instagram. He's actually responded back a couple times because he's such an amazing guy. But I saw him the other day. I think it was, he was coming back on the plane. I believe he was at the White House, and he must have gotten a bunch of hate inboxes or stuff like that. And his response was, to all my haters out there, I love you. And I gotta be reminded in John 3, verse 30, he must increase and I must decrease. That simple statement right there. He must increase, I must decrease. Hey, if I want to be heard, I got to walk in humility. You know, the enemy's going to want me to respond out in the flesh and cause more chaos, more problems. I want to have a heart of Christ. I want to be able to communicate to people from all walks of life. And praying for Darryl Strawberry and multiple people that are doing those things as well. May God bless you guys. Keep the faith. Spread love. Stand for truth. You know what you believe. This don't go with popular opinion. Test all things. Don't just fall for, this is the way I always did things. Stand for truth. Stand for righteousness. Look at our nation. Stand for truth. Walk in truth. Take care, guys. Peace.